I've got a lot to cover today, and rather than do like two different videos, I decided I would combine them all into one and just do it really quickly. So first up, let's do a book haul. It's been a long time since I did a book haul, and I've only got 6 books here, but that's something, right? This past July, when I was on tour in Texas, one of the people I was on tour with was Liliana Hart, a really good friend of mine for several years. And this is her book, Whiskey Rebellion. It's a comedy set in the South, featuring a teacher turned stripper turned detective. It's really funny. Reminiscent of Janet Ivanovich. If you like that kind of humor and mixed with a little romance, you're going to like this. So Whiskey Rebellion by Liliana Hart is one. This next one is Packing for Mars by Mary Roach. This is nonfiction, but told in a very fun narrative style. So while she tackles scientific issues, she does it in a really engaging way that it's sort of easily accessible to the masses and sort of snarky, and I really enjoy that. This next one is Ryan Boudinot's Blueprints for the Afterlife. It's actually a sideways cover, which I think is really cool. It's been compared to the work of Charlie Kaufman, Philip K. Dick, sort of a sci-fi thing in which the world has fallen victim to an environmental catastrophe and governments have fallen and been replaced by corporations, kind of like Jennifer Government by Max Berry, but in this sense, it is sort of a more out there. It sounds like a really kind of a crazy thing in which Manhattan is being rebuilt in the Puget Sound, which is like where I hike to. I'll be there like in an hour from now. Anyway, it's kind of interesting. I've not read anything by Ryan Boudinot. As far as I know, this might be his first book. It's not. It's not. Shows what I know. I picked up Kat Rosenfield's Amelia Ann is Dead and Gone. This sounds like a sort of an interesting mystery with a lot of sort of grim subtext to it, or just text, for that matter. Sounds pretty gothy. I probably would have loved that as a kid, and so, and this next book explains it. Everyone Loves a Good Train Wreck, Why We Can't Look Away. It's by Eric G. Wilson, author of Against Happiness, by the way. And this sort of explores why we're drawn to sort of gloom and doom and sort of train wrecks. Might have an interesting take on reality TV and why I can't stop watching The Real Housewives. Am I alone? I might be alone. The last book is, and this is a book that's shown up in a lot of my book hauls, but it's primarily been from the library. This is The Art of Fielding by Chad Harbach. Nice hardback version of it, which I could not leave at the store. I picked this up at Book People in Austin while we were there for the event, much like this one. Actually, this one was from Austin as well. And so, yeah, literary fiction around baseball, but Chad Harbach has done apparently a brilliant job in engaging, and so I'm going to give it a shot. I've not read it before or even tried to read it. It just goes back to the library unopened because I'm a whore that way. I will snatch up. I'm a hoarder as well. I will snatch up like 20 books and just let them sit in my office unread. That's how I am. So that's it. That's really it. That's it. As for what I'm reading right now, on my Nook, I'm reading The Naked Truth About Self-Publishing by a sort of a group of independent authors called The Indie Voice. And I'll leave a link to their site down below. I'm also on my walks and listening to Dare Me by Megan Abbott. That does not show up well. Dare Me by Megan Abbott. And this is a mystery set in the world of high school cheerleading with... you know what? When I listen to it, it's one of those books that has me questioning the difference between YA and adult books with teenage protagonists in them, because I don't feel like there's that much of a difference, but it's probably just enough that it would have freaked out a YA editor, like out of their mind. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I don't see much of a difference or any need to sort of shelter any kids, except that, of course, YA books are targeted to 12-year-olds, which sort of changes the dynamic when you're thinking about whether you need to use a lot of See You Next Tuesdays in your book or whatever. Maybe it's new adult. It's not. It's an adult thriller. Anyway, that's it. That is the end of my book haul. What have you been reading? I feel like we don't have discussions enough at the end of these. Maybe it's because I haven't been filming as many videos, and so discussions have been limited anyway. Right? That's it. That's all. I will talk to you soon.